My name is Steve Echerd. I'm with SIL International. I'm a linguist and also an organizational development consultant. I've been working with Etnos Venezuela for about 2.5 years. My organization and Etnos have a partnership that is working on developing and increasing the capacity of Etnos to serve the indigenous peoples of Venezuela. What we've been doing is holding a series of workshops that are part of a process with the different indigenous language communities here in Venezuela. There are about 20 languages within a 100-mile radius of the center here at Etnos. And it's a convenient place for indigenous leaders to come to consult together, to receive training, and for courses to be given to people from indigenous communities who are learning how to preserve the use of their language by doing a variety of activities, including translating the Bible, creating literacy materials, teaching people to read, making dictionaries of their languages, and other activities for producing printed material that's delivered electronically, on the internet, or even now on cell phones, audio-visual materials in video and digital audio, and other media. What we'd like to help Etnos do is develop the capacity to offer services for producing a whole menu of different kinds of media and materials for language communities to use in their own development. And so it's a partnership that is progressing between SIL International, Wycliffe Bible Translators Americas, and Etnos Venezuela. I'm a linguist, I'm a consultant, a trainer. It's been my privilege to come here a number of times, helping to prepare the Etnos staff in redesigning the courses and curriculum that they have been offering in the past, and adding a lot of new content and material, and training the Etnos staff who are multinational, from Peru, Ecuador, Venezuela, indigenous people and non-indigenous people, also a few visiting staff from other countries, Guatemala, United States, Mexico, and other places. The vision here is for Etnos to serve the majority of the language communities in Venezuela. We've gotten a good start in the year 2014. In a series of workshops, we've been able to give initial training to groups of leaders from now 9 different communities. The Venezuelan government recognizes 35 different ethnic groups in Venezuela. So in just a few months' time, we've had significant contact with the leaders of about 1/4 of all of the ethnic language communities in Venezuela. And the interest and participation in these workshops has been very, very positive. These leaders are talking to other leaders, and now literally we have a waiting list of languages that are hoping to come and be trained here. It's really exciting. The Lord is working in Venezuela among the tribes, and Etnos is a big part of this. They're distinctive in their ministry in a number of different ways. First, they're non-denominational. Many ministries work in Venezuela, but their purpose is planting churches and discipling people for the denomination that they're working with. And it's pretty rare that leaders from one denomination choose to work with leaders of other denominations, but the leaders of Etnos have opened the facility and the services and the training to anyone here in Venezuela, and that's unique. Also, their focus is unique because it is their vision is for training indigenous leaders. Many of the other organizations, their vision is to send cross-cultural workers, missionaries, to work with indigenous communities. The vision that the leaders of Etnos have is that the indigenous leaders are ready to accept the responsibility for leading the development of their language and the progress of their culture without the relying primarily on people from outside the communities to provide the resources and do the work and make the choices and make the decisions. Etnos is also different in that it offers its training and services to the indigenous languages with no cost or charge. And that's a real blessing to the indigenous people who don't have, in many cases, a cash income. They live in their communities and they grow their food, they hunt for meat, they fish to provide for their necessities, and they don't have a lot of extra cash to pay registration fees at training courses and things like that. Etnos is committed to providing these services with no charge to them, and to be a blessing to the peoples of Venezuela. And it's a privilege to be here. We're looking at a long-term relationship between SIL International and Wycliffe Global Alliance and Etnos Venezuela and Etnos International into the future. And working together, each bringing our separate gifts and experiences and combining into a team that's benefiting and impacting the indigenous communities of Venezuela.